then you know what I'm about to say is really true. Every kid's different. My daughter and my son, totally different personalities. Every kid's different. And if you're an NBA coach, every player's different. Some are alphas, not just talent. Some are alphas. Some are verbal. Some are nonverbal. Some are grudge holders. Some are locker room cancers. Some are joyful. Lonzo Ball, guys like playing with him. Kobe, more talented, they didn't. Kawhi Leonard plays for the Spurs. He was overlooked in high school. He was overlooked in college. He's nonverbal. He was overlooked in the NBA. His business manager is his uncle. He doesn't trust a lot of people. Repeat, Kawhi Leonard doesn't trust a lot of people. Nobody's ever believed in him. He didn't get a Pac-12 offer. He dropped in the draft. I'm not saying he's brooding, but he doesn't talk. He thinks. His business manager is his uncle. He may love many, he trusts few. And I think the trust has been broken with San Antonio. Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili both called him out in the last couple of weeks. Here was Tony.
I've been through it. It was a rehab for me too for 8 months, so same kind of injury. My mind was 100 times worse, but it's same kind of injury, and just try to stay positive. I could have gone anywhere, but I trust my Spurs doctors. They've been with me, my whole career. They know my body better than anybody. I feel like we have the best medical team in the world.
My injury was way worse than Kawhi's. I trust the team doctors. Kawhi, earlier this year, went for a second opinion to New York, calling him out twice. Manu called him out. Both times the messages, of course, came from Pop down. That's the way it works with Pop and the Spurs' great system. He has messengers. Parker and Manu and Duncan were always his guys. Again, you're a parent. Every kid's different. Some are outspoken. Some are shy. Some are extroverts. Some are introverts. Those quiet kids, you went to school with them, right? They don't trust a lot of people. There's a reason they're often quiet. They've been burned. They've been overlooked. They've been bullied. Whatever it is. Kawhi Leonard's quiet. He hired his uncle as his business manager. He doesn't trust a lot of people. People have overlooked him. And now the Spurs, as Steven Jackson said yesterday on our show, to me have broken that circle of trust.
Y'all might not believe this, but the meeting that was Sosei threw up on Kawhi after the game, that came down from Pop to those guys. They didn't do that on their own. Tony don't have the balls to do that. And I know how selfish Tony is because he's the reason why we lost in 14 against OKC because he didn't want to pass the ball game 6 after I had hit 6 threes in a row. That's super low. I lost a lot of respect for Tony because they always say, well, this is the class act. This is the class organization. That was low coming from one of your teammates. I wouldn't be surprised if this makes Kawhi want to leave. Because when your teammates going against you in the media like that, not having you back, that's coming from up top. Why would you want to be there?
If you've always been disrespected in your life, high school, played in San Bernardino, overlooked, college, Pac-12 wouldn't offer, draft, not top 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you get to San Antonio, and they're not paying you respect either. Doug Gottlieb, who knows all about Kawhi and his background, and his brother at one point recruited him, talked about Kawhi and the Spurs.
When Mike Montgomery got the job at Cal, and he said, all right, we need to go get a big man. My brother said, yes, we do need a big man. I'm going to take you to Riverside MLK High School, and we're going to see a guy you have to sign, and his name's Kawhi Leonard. And we go in the gym, and he's a 6'6" center. He's like, that's great. I love him, but he's a 6'6" center. He can't play center in the Pac-12 at 6'6". But it's because of his toughness. It's because of his competitiveness. Hell, he's player of the year in the state of California, and he still holds a chip on his shoulder. He wasn't McDonald's All-American because he was a 6'6" center in high school. So I think all of this is his makeup, and I think it's going to pull him away from San Antonio.
I completely agree. Listen, Greg Popovich is he's 68, 69 years old. He's the elder statesman of the NBA. He has gotten more political and more outspoken, and he's always been outspoken. I just don't think it clicks here. I think Kawhi is a different personality, and that's not to say that That's not to say that Duncan and Pop didn't work. They were great together, and Duncan was kind of reticent and quiet. But this Kawhi thing is different. Duncan was a number one pick. Duncan was all ACC. Duncan was all American. Duncan wasn't overlooked. Okay, Kawhi Leonard comes to this organization. He wants love. Business manager, uncle, trust is a big deal. And 2 players have called him out from above. Steven Jackson, Gottlieb know the game. They feel how I do. He's got 1 year left in his contract. I don't think he's going to resign. I know he can make the most money there. He's not a kid driven by money. He's not. Coming up next, Saquon Barkley joins us in studio live, and a herd hierarchy.